How fitting that within the discussion of freedom of speech, the role of the entertainer in medieval times, the Jester, was the only person who truly had it. What's up, everyone? I'm Trey Baird. Let's walk and talk. Nowadays, this is becoming less and less so. Entertainers are being silenced and censored left and right because their thoughts don't align with what the thought police are dictating. Now, I'm not advocating for entertainers and celebrities to abuse their platform and to spew hateful rhetoric and stand behind the Constitution as their excuse to say offensive things. What I am saying, though, is that one of the roles of the entertainer is to be provocative. It's to stir up things in the viewer, in the consumer, to make them think. Sometimes you're gonna be offended by entertainers. How ironic that the role of the entertainer used to be relegated, I should say, to the servant of royalty. And now it's relegated to the servant of the masses. What's also ironic is that we're moving towards a future where the entertainers of the future are going to have less freedom to say what they want than the entertainers of medieval times. Let that sink in for a minute. In an era where people were regularly put to death for saying or believing things that royalty didn't like, the Jester had the freedom to mock the king, to mock the queen, to get a laugh out of them. This is basically where the idea of the roast came from. The roast is a tradition. It's what gives us the right to criticize our betters. But nowadays, nobody wants to really be challenged intellectually. They want entertainment that conforms to their lifestyle, to their beliefs, and if that's not what they're getting, there will be outrage, and people will get fired. This is not progress. This comes from a generation of children who were coddled and who got everything they want and were basically not taught any type of emotional survival techniques. I'm not a politician, though. I'm not going to pretend to have all the answers of how to solve this problem, but I can tell you with certainty that there is a problem. And I think it's kind of funny to think of entertainers as servants, but they really are when you think about it. But you know, entertainers are seen as the only ones having true freedom. They get to do basically what they want, when they want, and they get paid lots of money to do it. These aren't role models, though. This isn't where your children should be looking for wisdom from. I mean, just because you can act in a movie and I happen to respect your acting and think you're the best actor on the planet, that doesn't necessarily mean that your politics need to align with mine. Like, take Luke Skywalker, for example, Mark Hamill. Like, that's one of the most iconic movie roles of all time, and I respect the hell out of him for what he brought to life. Doesn't mean that I like his politics or his views on life in general. I can separate the two, though. Same goes for Seth MacFarlane. Can't stand him as a human being, but I can't deny that he's produced some of my most favorite moments in pop culture of all time. I can separate the two. Come to think of it, since Seth MacFarlane is very much left-wing, I wonder what kind of effect he's had on the youth of today who gets outraged over everything. I mean, to be honest with you, he's highly offensive, so he shouldn't have had an effect on the youth of today. But you know, these things don't always pan out the way you think they will. And just a reminder, even though I'm currently bashing on liberals, I'm a definite moderate. I have just as much to say about conservatives as I do liberals. So they're just the current subject. This isn't about politics. What this is about is that entertainers from all versions of the political spectrum should be able to express themselves outside of their profession. They should be able to live a normal life, without people going after them. Keep politics out of the entertainment industry. Unless, of course, you're making something about politics. But I'm obviously not talking about that. Entertainers should not feel like servants. I mean, they kind of are, because they're making a product for all of us, but they shouldn't feel like their hands are tied. We need more entertainers. We need more artists and creativity, not less. I mean, in an era where all of the movies that are coming out are either remakes or sequels, we don't need to be scaring away any more entertainers and artists. We need more creativity, and we need it now. And with that, this video is a wrap. Don't forget to like and subscribe for new content every day, baby. We're doing it for real this time. Peace out.